Nailed it. Welcome back to another episode of the Alphanation, everyone. We got your hosts here. We got Lizzie B. We got myself. We've got some Alpha branding.
New merch.
Check it out.
Now.
Get in quick. It's running out pretty quick.
It is actually. I think we might already be almost sold out.
I mean, I haven't got any yet. It's because I think the old ones are better. Anyway. Yeah.
Jess, I love what you've done with the Alpha merch, just FYI, and I think the new ones are great.
Jess, I preferred the last ones. FYI.
You're so sassy today.
Yeah, I know. I'm there. It's a Friday.
Watch out.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Also, if you're listening to this on Spotify, watch it on YouTube and check out how big my T-Mark is. It's literally
fucking huge.
The size
you have
of my
like
head.
8 of those a day.
Probably. It's massive.
Mate, that's your
Literally
fluid.
the
That's your
size
fluid
of my-
intake for the day.
My
That's
whole
Dunsky.
head.
That's what, like,
It's a good time.
it's got to be like, what, 500 mils? I don't know.
Probably. At least half a litre of
So
tea.
if she has 8 of those a day, that's
A lot.
4 litres of fluid.
There we go. Tick.
Tick, Dunsky, for someone who weighs like not even 50 kilos.
Actually, I do weigh 50 kilos. Thank you very much.
All right, a whole 50 kilos.
Yeah, that's my, that's a lot of trips to the toilet.
That is a lot of fluid. Mate.
Anyway, good. Tea's good.
Anyway, we're also going to give a quick shout out to JC Entertainment
Yeah.
for lining us up, not with the mic, but with our intro.
Yeah.
So
M.
Emma,
if you've seen Emma around the gym, she trains like a boss. She
Machine.
deadlifts and squats like an absolute lady boss.
Oh yeah.
Trains with Greg. But she is the voice of our intro, and it's such a beautiful voice.
It's a voice made for the radio, really.
It is.
Like,
and she's got
you
a
can't
face
go
made
past
for
it.
TV.
That's
so
exactly it, mate.
she ticks
She's
every
whole
box.
package. We should get her on the Alpha cast.
She is. I mean, Jimmy, you're great too, sure.
Oh, he's awesome.
You
Yeah.
know, you do things, but Emma. She's where it's at.
That's it. But yeah, anyway, so with all that out of the way, we're going to be talking about why to exercise today.
Yeah, we thought we'd do a little podcast on why exercise. Why?
But we're also going to talk about why not to exercise.
Are we? Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Let's talk about why not to exercise. Okay, yeah, it's got its place.
It's got its
I see where
place.
you're going with this.
Yes?
Yep.
We'll get onto it though.
Okay.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
If you're listening or watching this podcast and you still haven't made the decision to train,
Do it.
we're going to tell you why.
It's good fun.
You should.
It's great for your confidence.
It is great for your confidence. I think I mentioned in last week's episode that the gym is like a big old adult's playground.
Yeah, it's pretty much, I mean, yeah.
It is.
It
It's
is.
fun.
Like kids have their own playground, they go spend all their energy there.
Yeah.
They come home, they fucking crash. I don't know, I don't have kids that I know about.
You are one, though. So.
I am a child, yep. I just go to the park and swing on swings and then crash. But then the gym's
yeah.
like for adults.
It is.
You get done at work, go to the gym.
Yeah. I had a client say the other day that when they get in the leg extension, it's like getting strapped into a roller coaster. And I thought, yeah.
Mine relate
Sure.
it to saw traps.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's
So-
because anyone that's done leg day with you.
No, yeah,
Ugh.
it's rough.
My
Rough as
goal
guts.
is to push people as hard
That
as
is-
you push people.
Yeah, it's leg day. I love the leg day.
Yeah.
It's just easy to cook people with.
It is,
Like-
especially when you do 50 reps.
Fuck. Imagine.
If you've ever had a program written by Hayden, you know.
You
If
know
you know,
how it is.
you know.
If you know, you know.
Anyway.
So why do you exercise, Liz?
Do you know, I actually started, I've been exercising my whole life because I've been a dancer since I was little, a swimmer, loved running,
Yeah.
wasn't really a great runner. My little legs couldn't carry me as fast as
you're
I
only
needed to
like,
win any
what?
ribbons.
5 foot nothing, so
Yeah.
5 foot flat.
5'1", actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Whole inch.
A whole inch.
A
Don't
whole
take that away from me.
That's an inch, right?
So, but the reason that I got into the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be interesting to hear your reason because yours will be completely different.
Oh yeah.
Mine, well, I had a couple of reasons. One was to not be weak anymore because I literally would struggle to like move a chair around
That's
the lounge
fair.
room if I had to.
All right.
But I worked in a very high stress job in the music industry that required a lot of hours of my time both in and outside of the office. And I used to get a lot of satisfaction from running. So I used to walk or run to work and walk or run home, like with my
Yeah.
backpack and my laptop and everything. I'd strap it to me.
We talked about that like in the lifestyle podcast, was it?
I think so. Yeah, we did.
Something like that.
Yeah. So
Way back then.
I took things when I joined Anytime Fitness. You get a little app, and you can look at the exercises in the app.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I just chose a workout, and I started doing my own workouts with completely disgusting form and no idea what I was doing.
Yep.
But lifting weights, it flicked a light switch in my brain, and my mental health. I'd moved to Sydney. I had no friends in Sydney. Had no family. Worked to the point where I didn't even know what daylight was anymore because I was always at my desk.
Just always in an office.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, and the mental health benefits from going to the gym were second to absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
It's like, I'm not going to say it saved me because it's not like I was suicidal, but in so many ways it did save me.
Kind of helped you keep going.
Absolutely.
It's just Groundhog Day, but that was what's kind of getting you through to the next day.
And it gave me motivation to leave that job and start my own business. Like I all of a sudden had all of this inspiration and motivation because I felt good, and that's because exercising literally releases endorphins and serotonin.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah, it makes you feel amazing, and that prompted me to do a lot of study. I did a mental health first aid certificate, and then a lot of study around fitness and mental health to help musicians.
But it's also an adaptive stress too.
Absolutely.
So it helps you adapt to that increased stress load as well. So
cortisol is the same whether you're working out. We've touched on this before. Whether you're working out or you're stressed in life, it's the same hormone.
Yeah.
So it does help you adapt.
So exercising is more of the adaptive kind of stress where it helps you manage that kind of cortisone. Cortisone shots. Wow, there's a lot of quarters.
Yeah. We're not giving you cortisone shots.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
We'll try not to.
But yeah, you're right. It is adaptive. And just the mental health, I suppose mental fitness is just as important as physical fitness. So like we need physical fitness because it's functional everyday fitness.
Yeah.
But that mental fitness is so overrated in our society, and controversial statement, medicine has its place, absolutely. But if I could get people to try a lifestyle change rather than going and getting medications for, again, controversial, anxiety or depression, yes, they have their place.
Yeah.
But if you're not getting what you need out of those medications, try lifestyle, try nutrition, try the gym.
It's like...
it's life-changing. Yeah.
You got to look at every kind of aspect of your life. Like, you can't be sitting in a dark room 24 hours a day, then take an antidepressant and expect to feel better. Yeah. Because you're still in that shit environment. Yeah. Like, you've got to look at your holistic kind of lifestyle change as well. Like, get outside in the sun, exercise. Like, you can't, I guess... Yeah, I saw a really good way to phrase it, but it's been so long since I've said it, I can't remember. But
good story.
Good story. But you can't expect, a exogenous substance to come in and make your life so much better. Yeah. And still be in the same environment. Yeah. You got to change your environment to change the way you're feeling. Yes. Like, and I'm not saying it's a be all and end all, it's going to fix your depression. Like,
no.
Controversial stuff. Like,
But it will
help.
I've done a lot of reading of a lot of different studies where the sample sizes are like 5,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
That's a big study.
Yeah. So like 5,000, the sample size is 5,000. They put everyone through a really basic exercise routine, whether it was a walk every morning or, strength and resistance training in the gym. There were so many different types of exercises to suit the person's body type and their lifestyle. 90% of people came off their medication. Yeah. That's a lot. What's 90% of 5,000? That's a lot.
Don't do that to me.
It's a lot of people.
So 10% would be 500.
Look, whatever that result is.
4,500 people.
Only 500 people remained on medication.
That's a lot.
Out of 5,000. And that's like, there's a lot of studies out there in that, like with different sample sizes. Yeah. But it's
all trends.
Yeah.
Like they all, I guess, lead to the same kind of conclusion.
Yeah.
Like
movement is medicine. That is my
is.
saying of life. Movement is medicine.
100%.
And I'm a testament to that, because if I didn't have that medicine in that job I was in, dare say I would have had like a proper mental breakdown. Like absolutely. I was in I wasn't in a dark place because I have great friends and family, but like my day to day, I was in a really
same shit,
dark
different
room.
day.
Yeah.
Same shit, different day.
Yeah.
It's terrible for your mental.
It's horrible.
It would not have been great.
Like looking forward to it also gave me an incentive to like, okay, I've got to be out of my desk at 6:30 because I want to be at the gym. Like it gave me something to look forward to, and then I would wake up easy the next day because I'd sleep like a baby.
Oh yeah, it wrecks you too. It helps you sleep as well.
Yeah.
So,
and before that, before like signing up to a gym, I've mentioned this before, but I did CrossFit because it was an easy way to make friends because I was a loner.
Easy way to make friends.
But also, I didn't have to think about programming. It's like you go there, you do the workout of the day, yeah. And it's I'm quite competitive, and I liked the competition of CrossFit.
Yourself, even though you were probably the smallest one there.
I was the smallest one there, and the only thing I could do good was run. Everything else I sucked at. Because right. Big muscly men don't run that fast. It was the only thing I'd like push myself.
They got a lot more weight to move too.
Yeah, I would be like running my heart out just to win because I'd be like, I can't win inside, so I'm going to win on the alleyway.
Fuck.
Anyway.
That's one way to do it. That's one reason to train.
Yeah.
Just to one up big muscly men at running.
It feels good.
It does.
As a little person.
It feels good.
It feels good.
Just to beat a big muscly man in a race.
Yeah, and then if there was a new girl that came, because we had like, barbells that were 10 kilos up to like 40 kilos.
40 kilo bump? Like
yeah,
barbells?
Barbells, yeah, because it was like Olympic lifting and stuff. I didn't know it was a thing until...
Barbells being 40 kilos?
Yeah.
Fucking what rock have I been living under?
Yeah, well, it's CrossFit.
Commercial
It's
gyms.
a weird place. But if there was a new girl, I'd be like there with my 15 kilo barbell with nothing on it, back squatting, and be like, yeah, you should pick up the 10 kilo barbell, mate.
You should start off on the 5 and work your way up here.
Stick.
I'll just be up on my high 20 kilo and you're like, sick.
I know. So why did you start? What's your story?
I was a bit of a chubby little kid.
Aww. Can I put a photo in?
Yeah, I think you already have multiple times now.
Can I do it again?
You can.
I'll stick a little photo.
But yeah, it was about year 6. When I was in year 6, my brother was in year 5. My brother started playing footy.
Is he younger than you?
Yeah, I don't fancy that. Big boy. Big strong Aussie boy.
Oh, God.
Then yeah, he started playing footy and I was like, no, if he's going to do it, I'll do it. I got convinced to do it, I think.
Yeah, right.
One of my mates and his dad saw me picking up Jack this one time, so...
Picking up what?
Like, at the Oval, we were picking up Jack from training.
Oh, picking up Jack. Your brother's name is Jack.
Yeah. I was just there. My mum was picking him up.
I thought you were in the Oval 12. Picking things up.
Oh, no.
I thought you said junk.
Oh, no. Yeah. I was just there. And then my mate saw me. He's like, oh, you should play for our team. So I did. And then every weekend I'd wish it was called off. And then that was all through year 6.
You.
Yeah, I know. Imagine that. Little kid playing Minecraft. Anyway, then, yeah, Dad was a personal trainer, so he started getting me in his old, like, army programs and shit. So, started teaching me how to lift. And then, yeah, it just kind of took off between year 6 and year 7. I was, like, wanting to go to the gym in the morning, stuff like that. And then it just, it became a habit.
Yeah, nice.
I started liking it.
So yours was sport focused?
Yeah, pretty much. I just didn't want to be that shit kid in the second row.
Yeah.
Like, and then, yeah, it was more sport focused. Yeah, Dad kind of pushed me into it, but then I liked it. And then I just kind of became known as that kid who works out.
Yeah, did you? At school?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And it just took off from there. I hit puberty in around that time too, so it really helped.
Yeah,
It was kind of like the perfect time to start. So yeah, prepubescent, started exercising, hit puberty like pretty much as soon as I started exercising.
Yeah.
Saw the muscle gain, like the newbie gains pretty much like just, explode because of the amount of new test I was getting through my body.
Yeah.
Then just got kind of known as that kid who works out. And
yeah, right. That was your... did you become the cool kid? Did you go from being the fat kid to the cool kid?
Yeah, well, it was like a complete paradigm shift. So it was like going into a new school, year 7.
Oh,
I was that weird kid in year 6.
Right.
Then over the Christmas holidays from year 6 to 7, just fucking, got a bit leaner. I mean, I lost all my baby fat really. Yeah. Had a bit of a growth spurt. That's what it comes down to.
How much weight did you lose?
I stayed the same weight. I just... leaned up.
You just looked real different?
I just looked real different.
Do you have a before and after?
Oh, we don't.
Okay.
I don't think I've got any photos from like year 7 till year 8 or year 9 or something.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. They've just old phone.
So did you waltz into high school like, yeah, bitches,
Like,
I'm the jacked kid?
I'm here. Yeah. It was so...
You would have too. You would have strut. You would have
No,
got a
I
little
can't.
Greg Watson strut on into the high school.
My tiny little chicken legs. Yeah, and then... Yeah, it was just kind of took off from there. It's just been a habit. Like, I haven't...
Yeah.
It's been on and off, but it's been on and off consistently.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
And that's the thing, like, when you do... I suppose everyone starts with a why. That then becomes your routine.
Yeah.
And that becomes your way of
habit.
life.
Like, I'd have weeks or something where I wouldn't train, and then, like, I'd be like, this just isn't me. I want to get back and just exercise. Like,
Luke and I were having this conversation the other day. So he and I both, when we first met, we would train together because we were both really into the gym, and we realised that we
how
liked...
fun's that?
I know. That's when you know you found the one.
When you train with them.
When you can stand each other.
When you can
in the
stand
gym.
each other in the gym.
Yeah, he taught me a lot, actually. He's the reason I started seeing Greg, because Luke was like, you've got no idea. Like, what are you doing with those dumbbells?
Calls you out on it.
You little vegan. Anyway, yeah, and when we, especially him with racing, when he's really stressed, the routine can just slide so easily because you've got sponsor calls, you've got
shit to
training,
do. It all kind of avalanches, really. Like, you've got this piling up. What's the first thing that's going to go?
Exactly, the gym. And I can tell if he's not been to the gym enough that week, like, everything is a stressor for him. Yeah. Like, if there's not what he needs in the free, and I'm the same, like, everything becomes a stress because it's such a pillar of mental health, especially when it's part of your routine. And it's good because then you're like, I need to go to the gym, and it's something that you need. It's not something that you have to force yourself to do.
It just becomes like a habit.
Yeah.
Like, me personally, I'll have like a week off here and there.
Yeah.
But then I'll go back the following week because I just don't feel myself that week. Like, I feel like there's something off. Yeah. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I can't really put it into it. I've never had to conceptualize it. I've never thought about it until you just asked me. And I'm like, wait, why do I train? Like,
well, it sort of becomes part of your... I mean, being a personal trainer aside, it does become... It sounds like for you, it became part of your identity really young.
Oh, it really did. Yeah. It was kind of like... It was that and footy. Not that I was any good at footy. I was good at lifting, not footy. It was just kind of like... You're
still not really that good at... No, I can't comment. I'm just joking. I've never seen you play. I'm sure you're great.
I play opens and don't get selected. That's how bad I am.
Hato. Now I feel really mean.
Yeah, I know. You are. You're an arsehole.
I'll come watch you play in it. Luke and I will cheer you on the sidelines.
If I get off the bench.
Oh, no. You benched every game.
Hey, I'm a fucking winger bench.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Anyway.
You're good at other things.
I'm good at other things. And that's what I got to recognise. We can't all be good at everything. No, we can't. Anyway.
So that's your why.
That's my why.
You wanted to not be the fat kid at school.
That's exactly
I wanted to get out of that dark room in my brain.
Yep, there were two different reasons.
Yeah.
And
then it becomes...
just who you are.
Who you are.
It's a bit of an...
and here we are on a podcast
talking about fitness. Like, who would have thought that?
I know, I definitely didn't ever think that I would be on a podcast talking about fitness.
No, neither. When I got asked to do a podcast, I'm just like, oh, what do I say? Give me a script and I'll do it.
And I'll just read it out. You should have seen our first ever one in like the front of my car trying to find a quiet space. We were so
when I tell people to watch my podcast, I'm like, just skip the first 2 episodes, go to episode 3, it gets a lot better.
Yeah, it gets a lot. Once we realised we didn't have to have a script.
Then it was like, because we were like, all right, what are we going to talk about? Let's just walk through this book.
Yeah.
We need to do like a refilming of that.
We probably should.
We probably should.
Look at us, we're up to episode 9 and
we're top shit. We know what to talk about. Because we got like a whole 20 listeners.
Thank you to every 20. I don't think I know 20 people on the Central Coast, so thank you
for everyone. But yeah, that's why I started. That's why you started.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I suppose like there's a lot of reasons to exercise, but if you have a solid why, lose weight, mental health, 2 main ones.
Bit of confidence.
Meet friends.
Look good. Get laid. Longevity.
Always comes back to getting laid, doesn't it?
Why else do blokes work out? You want to look good naked?
A lot of girls, not just blokes.
Why do people work out?
Yeah.
Like, it's a human driver. Come on.
We want to look good.
We do want to look good.
But a client said to me the other day, and I really respected her for kind of having this introspective thought. She said, I don't want to focus on being here for weight loss. I want to focus on how it makes me feel.
That's a lot of feedback I get a lot.
Yeah, and
it
does become like you start with a goal of I want to look this way, and then it becomes the process and the feeling.
See, I get clients who are like, I want to do this because I've got a bad back, or I want to do this because it's going to fix this.
Yeah.
But then they get the feeling of it, and then they realise it makes them feel good, and they're like, I actually like to do this.
Yes.
And then, like, I've got a client, for example, who used to eat like heaps of ice cream at night. She stopped doing that because she's realised it made her feel shit, and her joints started to ache and all this stuff. And she's like, now I don't eat ice cream because I want to. I don't eat ice cream because it makes me feel like shit if I do. And it kind of like gives you that kind of introspective kind of view on, hey, I'm doing this because it makes me feel good.
You weigh up your decisions on how it makes you feel.
On how it makes you feel, which is going to bring you a lot better quality of life too.
Yeah.
Like when you stop trudging through life, like I'm going to do this because I want to do it, I'm going to do this because I want to do it.
Yeah.
Start to look at how it's making you feel internally too.
Yeah.
Training's going to help a lot with that too.
Yeah.
Like you're going to feel a lot fitter. You're going to be able to walk a lot further without getting gassed.
And that's exactly what this girl was saying to me. She was like, I feel like I can walk to work and
not fucking
I feel
have
great.
a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another client said a similar thing to me, and we got to the end of the workout and she said, what's next? And I was like, oh, don't hate me, but it's plank time. And she had only ever been able to do a plank from her knees. And I said, let's just try and do a full form plank. Like, let's try and do it properly. Give it a crack. She got up. She had her, elbows stacked under her shoulders. And then she got up on her feet, and she came down, and I thought that it was because she couldn't hold it, but she was like almost crying. She was so happy because she said, I've never been able to get off my knees in a plank before.
Yeah.
She did a 30-second plank.
Fucking hell, for a first one.
Yeah. Well, she did 20. We had a rest. 25, had a rest, and then did 30. But she absolutely nailed it.
Her confidence would have been through the roof.
Her confidence was through the roof, and she's been training for 3 weeks now. And she was like, that little increase in strength, or that little moment where she was like, I got better at something. It's
like, I'm invincible.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, I'm so excited now. I'm going to train in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it was a night session.
It's rewarding.
The reward is everything.
And I tell that to clients too. Like, you start working out, you start to feel better, you start working out more, you feel better and better and better. You're going to make better lifestyle changes because it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
But then it's like the same, you can slip up.
Yeah.
And then if you have like a bad meal, then it's like, oh, mess this up, I'm going to have another one. Like, I'm just going to throw, everything out the window.
Don't let it derail you.
Don't let it derail you.
What's
like we
the
said
saying?
before, if you pop one tire, don't go around and pop the other 3.
Exactly. Get back on that horse.
Get back up on that horse. Fix that tire. Just learn from it.
Recognize
don't drive over a fucking curb again.
Yeah. Avoid the glass.
Avoid the glass on the road. Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, and that's how we learn. And I have another client where I've encouraged him to journal how it makes him feel when he comes to the gym, how it makes him feel when he doesn't go to the gym, and if he does slip up with meals, what is it? What triggered that?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really, and journaling's not for everyone, but I said, give it a go, even if it's a note page on your phone when you're walking in the morning. And it's helped him because then he didn't want to go to the gym one night, and he got the note page up on his phone where he wrote how it made him feel, and he was like, nah, I'm going to do it. So he could have driven past.
But
I'm sure he pulled over to read the note on his phone. He could have driven past the gym, but he pulled in because he was like, I want to feel how I did on Wednesday night.
Yeah. And I guess that kind of brings us in why you shouldn't train.
Yeah.
Which we'll kind of break down now. But it shouldn't be used as a punishment because you slipped up with your food.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't do it because you feel obligated to do it or to outwork your diet. You should do it because you want to do it.
Yeah. Don't align it with a negative connotation.
As soon as you start, doing like your diet or your training into, I slipped up with this meal, I'm going to go smash myself at the gym, I'm going to make, punish myself for it. That very moment is when you start to get those negative connotations with training, and then it becomes a chore. Yeah. Which is not what we want to do.
And you're going to align it in your mind as a negative place.
A punishment. This is like, that timeouts where I'm doing this because I did that.
That's a really good point, actually, because a lot of people do that.
It's, yeah.
And that is a part of disordered eating as well.
That is as well, yeah. But I get people who come in and it's like, I slipped up, just smash me today. And I'm like, well, no, we shouldn't smash you just because you slipped up here.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to train how we normally train. I'm still going to push you as hard as I normally push you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, you know, give you 40 minutes straight on the assault bike just because you had one bad meal.
Yeah, no.
Like, yeah, as soon as we do that, that's when you get that kind of hate towards training, or that like dislike, like you shy away from it because it's something scary. You should do it because you want to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's fun to do. Because it gives you a bit of confidence.
Yeah.
Because you look sexy after you train.
Yeah.
Like.
And you just feel good.
Feel good. You get that pump, you feel fucking good.
You feel like a boss.
Like a boss.
I said to Greg the other day that after arm day, I feel like, you know, American Dad, how he walks around, he can't straighten his arms because he's so buff. And Greg was like, well, that's embarrassing because you've got weedy arms, but sure, if you feel that way.
ILS, invisible lat syndrome.
I'm
can't fit through a doorway.
Invisible lats, that's me walking around the gym.
But you feel like that.
But that's how you feel, and it feels good because you... if you use it as a punishment, you lose every ounce of good feeling that the gym gives you.
It's just kind of
That's a solid point.
It is. So I just felt like we needed to touch on that as well.
Absolutely.
Today. Like, because it shouldn't be just why you should exercise, but it's also like, be careful of this, because this can happen. So even if you do slip up, just train how you normally would the next day.
Yeah.
Or train how you normally would that day. It's just...
Don't punish yourself.
Just pretend that hour didn't happen.
Yeah.
Just get back up on that horse. Mate, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like...
In the same way that if you go through McDonald's drive-through to get a burger for breakfast because you're running late for work, and then you're like, oh, well, I've done that now, I may as well screw the rest of the day.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just
get back onto what you would eat.
Yeah.
So and then also, don't just not eat the rest of the day either.
That's a good point.
Literal disordered eating. We don't want you to do that.
And then you've got no energy for exercise or life, really, the rest of the day.
And that Macca's burger is not going to sustain you. Trust me.
Just don't go.
You're usually hungry again after 2 hours anyway. So
yeah, exactly. You'd be carb crashing after that.
Oh yeah.
But I suppose the reason I raised that example is because you're right. In the same way as the gym, don't just work out how you get back on track.
Yeah.
Don't punish yourself. Don't add in an hour of cardio. If you want to, sure. But if you're doing it just because you're like, I've got to burn 500 calories because I had a dessert.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
I know.
Also, I don't think that people realise, like, yes, we want to stay, you know, with a good nutrition plan, but we want it to be sustainable. But it takes more than one bad meal to gain weight. You're going to retain water. You're not going to gain fat from that.
Exactly.
Like, it would take a solid 3 days of bad eating to actually start gaining fat storage.
Well, yeah, it just depends how many calories.
Well, I mean, depends how many you eat
depends
in that day.
How many calories you're eating on those days.
But it's not,
like
it's really
meal,
not.
If you're in a deficit, one meal is probably going to, at most, take you up to maintenance. So you're just not going to lose any weight. That's, you know.
But you're not going to gain fat.
You're not going to gain fat. Like, if the rest of your week's in a deficit, or the rest of your week's good, the rest of the day's even good.
Yeah.
You're still probably going to be in maybe like a slight surplus for that day. The rest of the week, you got 6 other days where you're in a deficit.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it depends on the magnitude that you go over.
For sure. But if we're talking about, like, on a general scale.
Yeah. You're usually just one bad meal.
Yeah. And if you weigh yourself the next day and the number's gone up, it's probably water weight. You literally don't gain, like, fat cells overnight.
You didn't get 20 kilos overweight by eating one bad meal.
Very good point.
Like,
very good point.
Like, yeah, you're not going to lose 20 kilos by eating one good meal, but, like, it took you a while, a lot of calories, like, continuously to get up to that weight.
Yeah.
Like, one bad meal of that, like, yeah, it might not be great for your weight loss journey, but it's not going to be super negatively impacting.
Yeah.
You're not going to go up again 5 kilos on the scale.
Yeah. So with that reasoning, don't punish yourself at the gym the next day or that afternoon. It's not worth it.
And you also just feel like shit. Like, who likes feeling like shit?
No one.
No one.
We're not here to feel like shit.
No, exactly.
We're here to feel like alphas.
Alphanation, let's go.
But yeah, that's a really solid point. Don't use it for punishment.
Yeah.
No.
I just, really have to put that out there. I tell clients that too. It's like, you just got to work with it, roll with it.
Yeah.
Had a bad hour, cool.
Find your why. Remind yourself of your why. Write
Remind
your why
yourself
on your
why
phone.
you're doing it.
Yeah.
Put it up on your fridge. Like,
absolutely.
I tell heaps of clients to do that, or in their cupboard. Like, write their goals down on a piece of paper, stick that up on the fridge.
Yeah.
Because when they see that, they're going for their midnight snack. They see lose 20 kilos.
Yeah.
Open up the fridge and like, oh, fuck, I probably shouldn't do that. Like,
and I suppose on that note, I've been doing a lot of kind of reading around, your goal, yeah, so if you want to lose 20 kilos and you write that on the fridge and you are seeing it when you're midnight snacking, finding it's hard to tell someone, figure out if you're bored eating. So I've been doing a lot of studies on sort of, boredom eating versus hunger and satiety, and there's a whole scientific element behind if you are overweight, the hormones that fat cells produce mean that you really don't have any way of feeling full or feeling like you lose your perception of what full is and what hungry is. But try and be honest with yourself about, is this a habit? Do I need this extra dessert because it's a habit? So example, if I eat a meal, I always want tea after it because I've created that habit. I know that it's a weird example, but in terms of like habit eating or habit drinking, that's a habit for me. So if you're on the couch until 10 o'clock at night and you're like, I want a snack, just say to yourself, am I hungry? Have I eaten my calories? Or is this a boredom thing?
Am I actually hungry, or am I just looking for something to eat while I'm watching this movie?
Yeah, exactly. That's a whole... we've covered that in previous episodes.
People do it.
We all do it. We're humans. We're not robots.
Exactly.
But if you're on a 12-week, let's say you're doing a transformation and you've got one goal... that's where you have to be honest with yourself.
12 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, make 12 weeks of sacrifices.
Yeah. In the scheme of life.
It's only 12 weeks. You'll be feeling a lot better. You'll have a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
You'll be able to make those lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
You'll be better off in the long run.
Having said that, we've touched on this before on the podcast, but we don't ever give someone a guideline in their nutrition that isn't sustainable. So if you really like chocolate after dinner, like Britt said the other week, have it. We'll work it into your calories. Yeah. We don't want you to be unhappy.
There's ways we can pick and choose other things.
Yeah.
As well. Like,
if you need a glass of wine with dinner, have it, mate. Don't live unhappily. It's
exactly.
There's no such thing as bad foods. It's just moderation.
And nothing's inherently good or bad.
Yeah.
Like there are obviously better choices than others. It's a spectrum though. Like there's no black and white. Should have this because it's good. Should have this because it's bad. Shouldn't have this because it's bad.
Yeah.
It's like everything's a spectrum. Yeah. Really.
For sure.
Actually, I had one of my coaches when I was getting my set 4. He had this good saying. It was never deal with absolutes.
Oh, okay. Break that down.
Because it's all a spectrum.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Never deal with absolutes. Which is a bit of a contradiction in itself because it's never dealing with absolutes. True. But, like, for everything else, it works. Like, everything else is going to be a spectrum.
Yeah.
Like, just like exercises, there's no inherently good or bad exercises. Yeah. Except for your fucking glute kick downs on your assisted chin-up machine. That's a bad exercise. That is inherently bad.
Or the abs.
Or the fucking sternocleidomastoid fucking...
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. That is a bad exercise.
I'll put the examples in here.
If it was on a spectrum, it'd be down the very end of bad. Or worse.
Yeah.
Just
don't ever do.
Just don't fucking do them. You got a leg press. You got glute kickback machine.
Soft point for Hayden.
We've got one fucking assisted chin-up machine in each gym. Like,
use it properly.
It for that. We got people who want to use it for that. Not to watch you just... Everyone saw that. Pisses me off.
Feel like you need a cold drink after that.
I do.
The red rage.
The red rage in my face.
But true.
Smith machine squats. Up on the better. No, I'm kidding. Brit.
At Brit Smith.
At Brit Smith. So you like those. How you like them apples. But yeah, it's all a spectrum. Yeah. Pick and choose. Yeah. For what works best for you, really. Yeah. And you can have a mix of it all.
Yeah. Like, I suppose that if you're working towards a goal, then the gym might feel like an obligation. But as we just said, as it becomes a part of your routine,
turn it into just a part of your lifestyle.
Yeah. And often, I mean, there are clients that I get so excited because I'm like, oh yeah, I love chatting with this person about this, or I want to hear how this person's week with. And often, like, we love, on the other side of the fence, clients enjoy time with their coaches because it's a little social interaction while training, and it becomes like a fun activity.
It becomes less of a chore, more like you're coming to see a mate.
Yeah.
Except you're also paying that mate. And also training really hard.
Yeah.
But, you know, you still get that... You're sweating and you're losing money. But you're coming to talk to a mate.
But you are gaining so much
But you are gaining so much more. Yeah. We're going to look at that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is like I'm a mate. Like, if you don't see yourself at the bar with one of your clients or at the bar with your coach, you know.
I suppose in the essence of like, you know, choosing the right coach, choose someone you can have a chat with.
Oh,
choose
someone who's going to make the torture of the session a little bit less
fun,
torturous.
Worth it.
Make it enjoyable.
Make it a little bit enjoyable.
Laugh in between sets. You don't want someone who's just serious the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't want a wanker who's just like, that was 20, good. You know, we've got to wait 20 seconds until the next one. Or yell at you. Yell at you during your set.
Come to an alpha. We're just so
come to alpha.
friendly.
We're so friendly in between sets.
In between sets. No, we're friendly during as well. We give you a little clap. Hayden doesn't. I do. I'm a nice person. You're doing really well.
You've got 5 to go. Yay. Fucking hell. Anyway.
Come to me if you want to feel good about life. Come to Hayden if you want to burn.
If you want to burn.
No,
we're good.
I suppose in essence, there's so many reasons to exercise, and the main ones that we wanted to highlight were...
It's great for your mental health.
It's amazing for your mental health.
It becomes a habit and it just becomes part of your lifestyle, which is a healthy lifestyle change. It's going to be great as you start to age. The more muscle mass you can maintain.
That's a really important one,
the more resistance training you can do, the less muscle you're going to atrophy or lose as you get older.
Your bones.
Your bone density
increases. Really good for girls.
Your balance increases with the more muscle mass you have. So it's shown in studies that as elderly populations get older, the ones who do resistance training and maintain as much muscle mass as they can have better balance, tend not to fall over as much. Their gait still stays good, like their walking's still alright. It's great for your balance, all that kind of stuff. It gives you a bit of confidence. Yeah. You look good. You get aesthetic as fuck.
Yeah. Do you know it's funny that you... Get laid. Oh my God, there you are again.
Anyway.
It's funny that you mentioned that because one of the reasons I did start running and walking a lot was because when my nan was 80, I think she was mid-80s in the UK, she lived in a 2-story house, very narrow staircases in the UK. She fell from top to bottom, didn't break a single bone because she walked every morning and every afternoon. And the doctors said to her, if you weren't such a walker and an active person, you would have broken something.
It is great for your bone density.
Oh my gosh, I need to... that was the kick up the bum to get active.
If it isn't just to feel good about yourself, think about yourself when you're 20 years old or 40 years older. I don't know. Almost fucking dead. You want to still be having a good quality of life.
Yeah. And you want to play with your kids or your grandkids or your nieces and nephews. Like, you don't want to be sitting on the couch.
Exactly. Like, we look at exercises. We look at bracing your core when you're about to pick up your grandkid.
Yeah.
Or you pick up your kid.
That's a big one.
It all ties into it, like... that quality of life.
Yeah.
Because you're going to feel better about yourself anyway.
I'm actually training one of my best friends, Zana. She is in her 3rd trimester and she got really busy before pregnancy, so she wasn't gymming as much, but she was really into her deadlifts and really into the gym, and then she just lost a bunch of her strength. She's come back to the gym because she doesn't want to feel weak. Like, she wants to have the arm strength for her baby, the leg strength.
Pick up the kid, exactly.
You're deadlifting every time you get that baby out of the cot, let's be honest.
You're bracing. Like, you're doing everything we, coach you to do.
Yeah.
Well.
Functional fitness.
That's
another reason to exercise.
That's it. Yeah. Don't train because you want to punish yourself for a bad meal. Don't train because you feel obligated to. Do it because you want to. Yeah. Don't train just to outwork a bad diet. It doesn't work.
It's not going to work. And you're going to be really unhappy.
Lifestyle. Yeah, exactly. You're not also going to be fueled for that session either.
Yeah.
Like, if you're eating like shit and you're just training because, this will combat it, it won't. You're going to have shit workouts. You're not going to feel great.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be fueled well. There's heaps of reasons to work out, but there's also reasons why you shouldn't be working out for them.
Yeah.
You should be working out for other reasons.
Absolutely.
To better yourself.
Write down your why.
That's exactly it.
Remind yourself of your why.
And stick to it.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Alphanation.
Yeah.
We had a good talk today.
We hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please screenshot, share to your Instagram stories, help us spread the love of Alphanation. And if you have any topics that you want us to cover, send us a DM.
If you need help finding your why to exercise, if you need help exercising, come talk to one of us at Alpha. Shoot us a message at Alpha Strength Physique on Instagram. We got at Coach Lizzie B, at Coach Hayden Thompson. We'll be able to help you out. Send us through a message. We'll sort you out with one of our coaches. Yeah. And we'll get you on your way to finding your why.
Absolutely. We do online coaching as well, so you don't have to be based in New South Wales or Central Coast specifically.
Central Coast specifically of New South Wales, of Australia. because we've got international
Oh,
listeners.
the joke of my terrible geography continues. Yeah, so we are able to help you if you can't come and see us in person. There's a lot of ways we can help you, but we hope that this episode has given you
A little bit of
something
insight.
today.
And hopefully you don't punish yourself with exercise.
Yeah.
We don't want you to get in that negative kind of bubble around exercise.
No.
But it's something great. It's something fun you should enjoy.
Yeah,
Not something you have to.
absolutely.
See you guys next week when we'll talk about something else.
You!
See you guys.
Bye!